Hello, I'm Timothy Michael, and welcome back to Epic Pride, where I give you the latest in entertainment, political, international, and cultural LGBTQ+ news. But first, a word from our sponsor, HYPERTHERMIA Cancer Institute, the best cancer treatment you've never heard of. Click for more info. Now, Anthony Quintal, a 21-year-old YouTuber best known for his teenage antics under the name Lohanthony, has returned to his channel with a shocking update. Quintal, once an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and a role model for gay children and teens around the world, has renounced his own sexuality, saying in a recent YouTube video that he has chosen a life of Christian celibacy and moved on from the sexual immorality of his past gay relationships. Although he never stated he had thought he was no longer gay, Quintal said he is choosing not to partake in same-sex relationships. Quintal compared his sexual and romantic relationships with men to drug and alcohol use, saying that he was trying to find God's love through those paths. LGBTQ+ and Christian conversion therapy experts have voiced their opinions and agree that Quintal's new rhetoric is harmful to his audience, and his reasoning echoes language used in conversion therapy, a dangerous and ineffective practice that is prohibited in 20 US states. Personally speaking, I think everyone should live their truth. I believe that Anthony is just repressing his actual feelings, and I think down the line that will do more harm than anything. I hope that Anthony has a down-to-earth support system that will show him it's okay to be his true self, and he doesn't need to suppress anything, let alone himself. The Trump administration has once again been caught removing references to LGBTQ+ people from official government documents. Yeah. The United States Agency for the International Development, USAID, released a draft text for a revised version of their gender equality and women's empowerment policy, removing several references to LGBTQ+ people that were included in the previous version from 2012. In that previous version, the policy on gender equality discussed LGBTQ people at several points. For example, it previously defined gender-based violence as violence directed at an individual based on his or her biological sex, gender identity, or perceived adherence to socially defined norms of masculinity or femininity. And a footnote expanded on this to specifically name anti-LGBTQ violence as a form of gender-based violence that concerns USAID. The 2012 document also has a list of types of organizations that USAID should be partnering with in its mission, and it includes lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender advocates. Neither of those references appears in the 2020 policy. Here's my thoughts on this. An election is coming up in November. Don't forget about all the other small elections, because it's not just the president that makes these decisions. It's also everyone who supports those decisions. So vote, vote, vote. We can't afford another 4 years of Trump in office. Moving on. Rights and respect for LGBTQ+ people are pretty non-existent in Russia. So, Alexander Donsky, a gay Russian performance artist, made headlines by flying a giant rainbow flag toward the Kremlin in Moscow as an act of protest. The flag, which was lifted by dozens of rainbow-colored balloons at Manesnia Square, sent a clear message to the Russian government, which continues to enforce a so-called gay propaganda law since 2013, which prohibits promotion of anything outside of what they consider traditional family values to minors. Notably, the law has been used to fine and in some cases jail LGBTQ+ people for simply expressing themselves as they are. It really is the little things that can make a huge impact. Continuing to make our presence known in countries like Russia, which refuses to acknowledge our existence, makes it that much harder for them to sweep us under the rug. Is it hard? Yes. Is it dangerous? Yes. But is it worth it? Absolutely. And I applaud anyone who stands in the face of adversity and says, F you. That's my recap of what's happening in the LGBTQ+ community. I'm Timothy Michael, and remember, be loud, be proud, be you, and be epic. Remember, Black Lives Matter. I'll see you next time.